Today is February 2nd, Sunday, and today I learned that I've definitely talked about this before, but you don't need to feel behind in life, I guess. That's what this video is about. Like when you feel behind in life, I guess this is just some encouragement. Like, everyone's on their own journey, right? Time is not a measure of progress. It's just a measure of like time, or like it's a measure of how do you even define time? I don't know, but it's not a measure of progress, right? And if you feel like I'm 16 and I am comparing myself to my siblings when they were 16, I'm like, oh, I'm behind, I'm not doing what they're doing. But honestly, like, everyone's on their own journey, and it doesn't matter. Like, you could be super ahead in life and like go to college at 15, and like, there's those people that do that. Or you could like not do that, and there's people who go to college when they're 30, right? Now that's just one example, right? Everyone is on their own journey, and everyone is. Something that I thought of earlier today is that it's everyone's first time at life, right? It's everyone's first time at life. Your parents have not, like, this is also their first time, and this is my first time at life. And when I think of that, when I think of this is everyone's first time at life, and success, I think, is defined by, like, are you learning, are you progressing in life, right? And like I said, everyone's on their own journey. So maybe someone at 16 will learn one principle of life or whatever that someone at 40 would learn, right? That kind of thing. Like, everyone's on their own journey, and everyone is just trying to learn and get better at life. This one life that we have, right? Now, I'm a Christian, so I believe in heaven and hell and that kind of thing. So I believe there's like an afterlife, if you want to call it that. But with this life here on earth, we only get it once, so just make the most of it. And I think that's honestly why I'm so obsessed with like being productive and like just trying to make the most of my time, because I'm trying to make the most out of life, right? And I do think it can be detrimental at times, especially for me. Like, I get so obsessed with just trying to be as efficient and productive as possible. And I do think it can be detrimental because I can get really stressed about that and get unnecessarily, stressed about it. But, I mean, there is some truth to that, right? We're only here once. This is your one shot at life. You don't get to redo this. And it's everyone's first time at life, and we're all just trying to get better at life, I guess, right? Like, no one has it together. That's something that it has always been helpful for me when I feel like I'm behind in life. No one has it together. Like, you don't need to have your whole life together, because no one really does. And I think as long as you're slowly but consistently progressing, slowly but consistently learning, and just trying to get better at life every day, I think that is better, even if it's slow, right? Are you improving? Great, right? Even if it's just slow improvement, because like I said, everyone's on their own journey. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned today. Just some thoughts, because like, me and my sister, we were talking about like feeling behind in life, but I was just like, everyone's on their own journey. Time is not a measure of progress, but rather progress is a measure of progress, right? Like, base your progress on life based on like, are you progressing in life? Like, are you trying to get better at life? And for me, right, I'm a Christian, so I'm trying to, this is like the process of sanctification, right? Just getting better, right? So like, that's how I'm trying to do. But also, like, through these videos, like, that's a big reason why I'm doing these What I Learned Today videos, because I'm trying to get better at life. And how do you get better at something? You need to be reflecting and figuring out, like, what can I do better, right? You have to figure out what you can do better at, and learning about new ways to get better, learning about yourself, and learning about like what you need to make better about yourself. Those kinds of things will lead to progress in life, right? So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you feel behind in life, then just know that like, everyone's on their own journey. I feel like feeling behind in life, well, actually no, being behind in life is not a thing. I don't think that someone can ever be behind in life, right? because everyone's on their own journey. It's not like life is just this two-dimensional, like, everyone does the same thing at the same ages at the same time, blah blah blah. Life is like individual for each person, right? People see the world different ways, they live the world different ways, they're raised up through the world in different ways, right? So you can't compare your life to someone else's life because they're completely separate, right? They're not going to be the same. And although there are a lot of similarities, right, within people who live in the same area, people who like are the same kind of people, there will be similarities. And I think that's honestly why like we have friends and like a community of people who like have similar lifestyles. But that doesn't mean that your lives are going to be identical, right? That doesn't mean that you need to be stressing about like they did this, so now I need to do this, right? Then you're copying your life based off of someone else's, but really you have your own life. You have your own decisions and your own choices about what you're going to do with your life. And you can't be just copy pasting from someone else's life because that's their life. That's not your life, right? So it's weird how like the decision tree of life is just huge. And it's just crazy how one small decision can like put you on a completely separate path. And that's why we're all different people, right? We all have made different decisions based off of our past experiences and like how we've been raised and all that kind of thing. And we just all have these massive decision trees that have led us to where we're at right now, right? And depending on the decisions you make in the future will determine where you're going to end up in the future, right? So yeah, that's kind of just what I was thinking about today. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, and I'd love a like and a comment. Join my Patreon for discussions and diagrams. There's a free and paid version, but that's chill. Yeah, this video is specifically recommended for you, so if you find that interesting, then definitely click on it. You can subscribe in that corner, and if you subscribe, I will see you in tomorrow's video.